What's up guys, it's Jedi here, and today I am bringing you another building tips tutorial kind of thing. So today we are going to be talking about counting. This is going to be pretty short because I hope you guys all know how to count. So let's get into this. So what I mean by counting is counting, literally just counting. To count, you are going to need any sort of block that has a nice defined edge that does not go into, these work too, glass. Well, I don't like using glass, but you can use it if you really want to. Yeah, so nice defined edges. I like to use either diamond block or obsidian. Anyways, you don't want to use blocks that go into each other and you can't find the edges of, you see? Like, that is just, if you have a whole wall of that, you can't really count that. So you're going to want any of these blocks that you can count easily that have a nice edge. I don't like using this because it's too much on my eyes. I tend to use more plain blocks. So pick out your choice of block. I'm going to be using diamond block for today. Now, the first thing you need to do when you start counting is find your center. So whether you're going to have 2 doors on your building or 1 door on your building, this will define like the walls and everything like that. So when you start counting, so say let's grab a door here. Oh, I can't even spell door. I use oak doors. Why not? All right. So I like building with 1 door, 1 blocks centers, but most people like the 2 blocks if they're building a nice big open building. So when you start counting, you're not gonna count 1, 2. Okay, you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until infinity, as long as you want it. The second thing about counting is you are going to want to do everything symmetrically. Now, in Minecraft, you might need to have some things that aren't as symmetrical. So let's go ahead and grab our wall block here. I'm gonna use oak planks because why not? I generally have my front door with 3 blocks and then the extra wall on the outside. This is going into the depth thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I keep my things symmetrical, counting really helps with keeping things the exact same. And obviously numbers are a thing. I talked about that in the previous video. Anyways, there you go. Now to count the walls, like if you're going to be checking, this is where these handy weird blocks come in. So if this was a larger wall, which it's not, you would find your center, and then I usually do every other one to check and make sure each side is the same. So I'd go, and if they are even on each, it's easier to count odd blocks instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know what I mean? It's easier to see that this 1 block is the exact same amount of space as the other block. So actually, let me go ahead and build a larger wall for you real quick here. Okay, so here is our larger wall. I just did that really quick. Now, counting comes in handy when you want to separate your wall. So say, I like sectioning mine off in groups of 5 or 3. So if it's a smaller building, I use 3. This is obviously a larger building if this was really a building that I was going to use. So I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 would be right here. So as you can see, it's a little confusing, and I know I did fast because I've done this so much, but if you were just to count the blocks in between, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I like using 5 blocks in the center because then I can do my windows like this, and when the wall goes all the way up, then it's nicely centered with 2 windows in the middle. Or sometimes, if I'm going to be doing an even number, I'll do 4. So if I were to do a 4 block section, I'd do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here. Oops, that is out too far. So yeah, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in the center, and then I'd have a double window. So you see how that kind of works. If I were to do this all the way across and keep it consistent, I'd do 2 over there and then I'd do 2 over here. So I'll go ahead and do that for you. I did it all 5 just to show you that you can do that too. 2, 3, 4, you can count that. Okay, there you go. And here's my double windows, like so. Alright, now see, as you're getting to the center, it's like the sections off are helping me count a little bit easier, but let's just go ahead and do a big giant door here. So I'm gonna go ahead and find the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so as you can see, these 2 blocks are even, and then it's easier for you to find the center in a smaller area. So, I mean, this is obviously 5 blocks wide, and that's the center. So, you can chop out the center for the door and get rid of these extra blocks. Oops, did not mean to do that. So, do you see how I'm kind of counting and skipping a block, and it's easier to find like where the center point is instead of counting all of them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then dividing 13 by 2. Yeah, so that just takes too much time. And so that's my shortcut for counting blocks in between walls. And ta-da! That is your counting for you. Now, please always keep yourself consistent. If something is off, always count it, always check it with the other side, especially if you don't have a tool like World Edit where you can cheat and do the counting like this. I mean, this is just a cheater's tool. You see I selected 13 blocks. That is, obviously, the center is going to be an odd number, which means 1 block. That's also an easier way to figure out whether you're going to need 2 doors or 1 door, is if it's an odd number, you're going to be using a single door. If it's an even number, you'll have to use 2 doors. Okay, one last thing though, the reason why I use weird blocks like diamond blocks or gold blocks is because they are easy to spot. Obviously, diamond blocks, and I don't use a texture pack, and that helps me build as well. The reason why I don't really tend to use blocks like iron or the smooth stone brick or even the polished diorite is because they blend in too much. I tend unless I'm building something blue, I won't use a diamond block, I'd use a gold block or something. But usually you want to pick a block that's going to stand out to you, that your eye can catch super easy, and then always be consistent with the block that you're using. Because if you use gold one day and then diamond the next day and emerald blocks the next day after that, like, your brain's not going to know what to find. Unless your brain doesn't recognize colors like I do. I'm going to pick out colors before I pick out that something is off. So, yeah, there's that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and please leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, do cool stuff with my video. Anyways, I will see you guys next time, and I hope this helped you somewhat learn how to count a little bit faster. And I'm sorry if I went too fast, but you can always rewatch it, you know. Rewatching is fun. You can also pause it too. But anyways, go ahead, practice this. Counting is life. If you're not sure, count. And if you're not sure, count again, you know? Always count. And use weird blocks. Always use weird blocks. Only for counting, not for building. Okay? Not for building a building. Don't build. I don't want to see buildings made out of all gold blocks or all diamond blocks. Please, please save me the trouble of having to go and comment on your video and say why. Just why. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.